Hello, hi, good morning. Welcome to another group stage race of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer. We've got jkoper against scarfacenico this morning. Probably a pretty early start for most of you, but yeah, hope you enjoy it too. We've got two fantastic racers here. Both of them have. jkoper's been in previous randomizers, and scarfacenico, this is actually his first randomizer, but he's showcased his skills, I think, through Mitch's kind of vanilla points tourney. And we're starting off. As you can see, there are question mark blocks on the as for the level tiles. So in this version, all level tiles are replaced, except for forts, are replaced with question mark blocks. What this means is that there's no hand stages. These are just kind of vanilla question mark blocks. Same with tank stages as well. And they're both through the first level. That is, I think, 6-5. Starting off in World 6. Other than that, hammers break locks. I believe we will have the end card involved. Check the first pipe, they're going to check another one. You can see where that's going to take it. So it looks at the moment, with not much pipe help, that this is going to be a fairly long World 6. And now we have 7-8, which is a pretty tricky level, as scarfacenico is finding. If you don't have an item, really having like a tail or some sort of invincibility at the start is a really big help here. This is much more fun, facing off against two Hammer Brothers in the water. jkoper is going to try and get through this kind of... Oh, he also takes a fall there. scarfacenico finding a mushroom from the Hammer Brothers battle. That'll be pretty useful. He's going to use a P-Wing. This is a pretty good idea, I think. Early on, you don't want to get bogged down in such a level. You just want to try and get out of there, get moving. See if he goes down. Yeah, he's going to go down. Despawn the sun, see what item he can get in the big block. It's an extra life. Generally, probably not the item you want to see. But in this situation, having taken a couple of deaths early on, not so unwelcome. jkoper is going to do the same thing. A few seconds behind. Going to take all 3 lives. So scarfacenico getting a star for his troubles. Now playing 4-4, one of these levels that is basically unrandomized, since the Lakitu isn't randomized from the vanilla game. So he can use his vanilla strats to bounce over the wall there. Done that pretty well. After a kind of tricky start, it looks like both of our runners have managed to get going. So now we have 7-2, so Scarface looks like he's going to go for vanilla P-Speed strats. Let's see if he gets fortunate with the enemies. Not too bad. Yeah, very nicely done. Saves a lot of time versus going down into the kind of pit below to generate the musical note blocks. Probably saves about maybe 15 seconds. Ooh, and now he's found Piranha Fort. And Small Mario in a bit of a tricky situation here. Can he time his jump? He does that very well. Now I've got the Tunnel of Love. Looking for a power up here. He gets a mushroom. jkoper taking a slightly longer route to go down, build the musical note block bridge. So the end card appearing on scarfacenico's screen. Deciding not to play it at the moment. He's found 741 for Nox. This is one of the forts where coming up with a tail, or even actually as a large Mario, is kind of pretty advantageous. Probably veterans of the randomizer will often realize that once you've seen Piranha Fort, then Fort Nox is very often paired up with it in the same world. This level is generally completely vanilla. Item blocks aren't randomized since if there's no tail you wouldn't be able to complete it. And he goes for the statue kill just for good effect. Nice. There's another fort there, not going to be required. They're going to be out of World 6 just after maybe 7 minutes or so. Let's see if jkoper can use an item here. No, so he's going to have to do it the long way. Same as Scarface. How many hits for Lemmy? I think that's 3 so far. 4 hit Lemmy. So anyone in chat want to get their guesses in for the next world? I'm going to say world 4. Some 2s, 4s and 3s, and it is 4. Congrats to Hydraman in the chat, you win 100 points. Ooh, Scarface going for his kind of vanilla peace speed strats for the first fort there. Taking a hit, he's going to go back in with Tanuki. That's what. So anchors in the randomizer randomized to a random item except hammers, and whatever it'll be. One time it will be the same for the rest of the game. So in this game, it'll randomize to the Tanuki suit. jkoper having to go at the matching game. Not picking up any matches, but he'll be back for that. Unfortunately, that fort didn't build a bridge. This fort will, so we've got another, essentially a Fred. Fred meaning that the forts are unrandomized, just in their vanilla location, and since we've got the two World 4 forts in World 4, I'd say it's pretty close. jkoper's down to Small Mario with Lemmy, but he takes him out. So he's exiting World 6, about a couple of minutes behind, not very far at all. It's quite a long World 6, and when you consider he also stopped to play the matching game, which will probably end up giving him some good items later. It's really not much at all. So Scarface playing a couple of Hammer Brothers. Yeah, Hammer Brothers is another valid way of picking up items. Dodging the bullet bills nicely on the World 2 airship. He's going to go up against Iggy. Just a couple of hits. Thank you to the Haxa for raiding with your party of 25. I think you can catch the Haxa probably maybe later today. He's racing Disaster Kitty. So yeah, let's see which world we're going to get next time. We've got a 3. I'm going to say 2. And it's 5. So we've got a couple of forced forts. We're going to need to... one trick to remember with World 5 is that the blue coloured fort always... well, in the case of having 2 forts, then the blue coloured fort will always break a lock, and the tan coloured fort will always build a bridge. Scarfacenico getting the clip was pretty nice. It's not easy to do. Takes down Boom Boom with his fireballs. And we got the Navy. Very peace speed friendly level in randomizer. Doesn't take long at all, takes probably about 10 seconds. Takes down Boom Boom. He's moving on. jkoper meanwhile finishing War F2. He's going to find out that's the one he wants. Is he going to play some Hammer Brothers? No, he's out there. Yeah, Scarfacenico playing 3-3. Oh, sorry, 4-3. He's adapting his vanilla P-speed strats pretty well, because generally they don't really translate so well. You're not able to kind of bounce on the enemies up to take to the top route, but he's done that pretty well. jkoper meanwhile finishing probably about a couple of minutes behind Scarface at this stage. Probably Scarface's movement has been slightly sharper. Neither player have really taken much deaths. Just a couple of deaths in 7-8. That's all really. Scarface picking up a hammer from the Hammer Brothers. Very likely to come in useful. Okay, 1 level to finish this, and we've got 6-2, I think. Yeah. One thing at the randomizers, we've got, as well as the vanilla stages, we've also got a selection of, I think 9 beta stages that were included for the game, but never made it to the final cut. We haven't seen any of them yet. One of them is kind of notoriously difficult, one of the auto-scrollers that's been left in. I'm not going to say whether I wish for both runners to undergo that. So, Scarfacenico on the airship. It's the World 3 airship. facing off against Roy at the end. And like in Vanilla, he's a Quaker, but he's only 2 hits. jkoper, meanwhile, finishing up the Navy, looking pretty good. Is he going to go back to the end card? Yep, he is. So, any guesses for which next world? Got a 2, got a 3. I'll say 1. And it's 3, so Hydra Man's correct again. So scarfacenico just exploring pipes. And he's just going to go straight and hammer the lock, which, considering he got a hammer from the princess as well and now has 2 hammers, you'd think, yeah, why not? This is going to be basically a 3-world 3. jkoper, meanwhile, being a little bit steadier through through 4-3. You got Wendy. Looks like she's a Quaker as well. Ooh, lost his Fireflies. 2 hits, 3 hits. Pretty medium level difficulty. Don't think we got to look at what jkoper picked up from the end card game. If it happens to be a decent selection of hammers and clouds, they could pay out pretty well. So yeah, let's have a guess for the next world. We've got a 6, we've got a 2. I think we had 6 already. I'll go 1 again. And it's 2, so Cactarn is correct. We've got a pipe that's going to take us somewhere near the end. Yeah, and he's got a hammer. He's just going to hammer that, skip 2 stages, and just get out of there. This is going to be quick. Ooh, and we've got the sun level from World 2 with a cheap, which is probably the most annoying enemy you can have in this level, because even when you run ahead of it, it kind of respawns back in the middle of the screen. It'll be pretty tricky. And he's a nice little bounce, well timed at the end. Could be a bit scary with Small Mario. He's done well there. jkoper looking to pick up an item in 6-2. On the airship already to face Morton. Let's see just how salty he's going to be. Not had any 5-hitters yet, and we're still not going to have just 2. Pretty easy. jkoper finishing World 3 airship. Oh, scarfacenico getting the off-screen 1 grab. Now what do we have? We have World 1 or World 7. I think. A couple of 7s in chat. I'm gonna stick with 1. Ooh, jkoper taking a hit from Roy. And he's gonna use an item. He's gonna use a Tanuki suit. And as it looks, it is 1, and it looks like a pretty quick World 1 as well. And Scarf is going to fly under the 4. Oh, he clipped there, so he's wise not to go for the second fly under. And stop. Yeah, he's going to get a star. That should take him to Boom Boom. jkoper, meanwhile, rematching against Roy. 3 hits. Yeah, 3 hits. He's done. There's a couple of worlds behind, but 2 fairly short worlds. It's not. scarfacenico definitely in the ascendancy, but there's nothing, definitely not an insurmountable gap by any means. considering it's only probably about 3 minutes or so of game time. Oh, he's using the double hammer straps without checking the pipe. It's a kind of risky play. I'm suspecting he feels that maybe he's behind and has to risk something. Let's see how this works out. He does have hammers to burn. He gets a cloud. He might end up a little bit... Stopping to consider his options. Scarfacenico on the World 4 airship. Ooh, not quite getting the jump. Let's see if he fire kills Larry. Mix it up a little bit. I think that was just 2 stomps, 2 or 3. So jkoper does find the get to the airship. However, he probably used a couple of hammers that he needn't have used. So I think yeah, he might find he's going to have a little bit of a longer world 2 than Scarfacenico. So Scarface is going to be in world 7. Pipe maze. jkoper going for the fire kill on Wendy. Very well done. So the hammer here would be pretty nice. Instead, Scarface has got to go pipe searching. Looks like the fort is on one of the middle islands. I see one of them, there's at least one fort behind the level. I'm not sure if there's a second fort. So there's 2 forts. Oh, and they're both in slightly awkward positions to reach. So if you're guessing correctly, this could be a very long world 7. If you had a hammer here, you could potentially be saving basically 4 stages. Oh, perhaps even 5. Scarface just getting a little bit twisted with the pipe locations. Pretty easy to do. I've done it plenty of times. jkoper finding 1 fort. So this is I think this might be a case where is he going to go for the item? Well, not now, after getting that hit. Yeah, so world 8 always is the last world. There we'll have a guessing game. Oh, wow. What a time to pick up a hammer. I think that will mean he'll just backtrack and just try and get out of here. That is pretty nice timing. He's on the World 7 airship, so got a Fred here. jkoper, meanwhile, using one of his clouds. Pretty good idea. Scarface showing off his pretty nice P-speed skills on the airship. a maximum 5-hitter Ludwig. He gets through, he's into World 8 in 24 minutes 40 seconds, so this is pretty fast. Decent shot at sub 30. I'm not sure what the fastest seed for the tournament has been, but this will be pretty close. If he can get maybe 29 minutes, it'll be right up there. So let's have a game where we guess how many bridges would need to be built to get to, on the final screen, to get to Bowser's Castle. So anywhere between 0 and 4, inclusive. jkoper also going for the under, yeah, and deciding not to go to fly under the second bit in 6F2. Got some 1s, 2s, 4s, 3s and 0s, got everything really. Scarface has found 7-4, which is a pretty awful stage in vanilla. It's a little bit more palatable in randomizer. Avoiding Big Bertha, just about. Nicely done. jkoper's going to have another go with the end card game. I believe he got a hammer from the earlier one. I'm not sure which item it was, but if he does get a hammer, it will come in very useful in World 7. He doesn't though, so it must have been one of the other items. Ooh, so got 2 bridges to be built. Neither of them built yet. So 6F3. Making some attempt, I think, at the clip. Which takes you straight to Boom Boom. Very difficult clip to get. And jkoper would probably wish, if he had a hammer here, he'd be in a great position just to catch up and get out of here. Unfortunately, he's going to have to search around a bit. Hopefully he can find the Piranha stage early enough and get the hammer from there. So yeah, he tried the anchor just to see if it was perhaps a hammer. Scarfacenico in, well, 2 fort. Pretty nice fort, although a bit annoying with the crazy hot foot there. Makes it a bit harder to P-speed this bit. He still does it very well. I'm not sure if either runner picked up a hammer suit to finish off Bowser. The lock's still intact there. That gives us some information. He's going to go back and check. Yeah, it's middle pipe of these. So 1 down, 1 to go. jkoper's actually playing, he's playing 5-1. Trying to look for the fort that's going to break the lock. So Scarface has found 3-4-2, which has a kind of a knack for appearing as the gatekeeper in in World 8, so it's probably a pretty good sign that he's found this level. So jkoper taking on 5F1, doing pretty well. So that lock has been broken, which is tells you that the 3F2 wasn't the one, so it means it's the fortress right at the start, which is 3F1, not 3F2. Not going to see any Door 3 strats at this stage of the game. jkoper going for the end card again. I guess it was kind of forced in his location. Fortunately, that's not. Oh, and he's picked up a hammer. That's pretty timely. That'll get him out of World 7 onto World 8. Scarface just looking back to find the path to Bowser's Castle. Played all 4 forts here. He's going to go for a Tanuki kill, decided not to go for the frog kill. They're getting the everyman clip. Just checking this item box to see if it had a fire flower in it. jkoper down to Small Mario against Ludwig. He can deal, and he deals with him pretty nicely at the end. Well held. Scarface taking a fireball, but since he didn't have a fire flower or Hammer Brothers suit anyway, he's just going to have to beat Bowser the kind of old-fashioned way. So jkoper also in World 8 takes the pipe straight away. What's he going to do? Take another pipe. Scarfacenico finishing right about now in 32:55 seconds. So very, very good time there. And okay, jkoper's forfeited just after. Yeah, get your GGs out. We'll just take a few minutes break and then we'll be back with the second race. So just getting started up here, we'll be ready in a few moments. Now we'll start our second race. Welcome back everyone, we're just ready to start race 2. This is 20 Flags 2, similar to the first one, although we have kind of normal levels and no end card in this version. Scarface taking the first one with a pretty solid time of 32 minutes, I think 55 seconds. jkoper raced pretty well as well. I think Scarface just a little bit cleaner in movement, had couple of cases where he had pretty good use of items such as the hammer later on. So let's see what our first world is. It's world 5. A couple of 5s we had in chat. Little Red and Kirk both getting the points there. So we start off with 4F1. Scarface showing his vanilla P-speed strats and making mincemeat of the early part of this level. Not going to get a star for a quick kill, but oh, jkoper taking a death. He's going to have to restart it again. He's going to take it a little bit slower against these kind of pretty troublesome hot feet. So yeah, the tan coloured fort builds the bridge, and now we're going to play this. It's World 1 fort. So you do have the option to go for the item. However, the item, if you do go for the item, then you will not break the lock that's associated with the fort. So in this case, actually, it means he has to play an extra level as opposed to going round. Which is a bit interesting trade-off, I guess. Like it's a little bit of a quicker finish, plus you get an item, but you have to play an extra level. So, yeah, if this had been Atlantis, you'd be kind of regretting it, but it's not too bad. We've got one of the beta levels, this kind of underwater, kind of 5-3-ish beta, where you have like the backwards and forwards movements. Be a little bit of a tricky level if you're small, depending on the enemies you have to face down below. jkoper also going to go for the item, get the music box. Ooh, Scarface taking a death with the double Sledge Brothers. I think a similar thing happened in game 1. He's going to go for a rematch, he is. Yep, does it well. And gets a question mark. Well, gets a star, probably not really the item you'd want for the time invested. And he's got a forced Hammer Brothers draw, and he's got 2 Sledge Brothers. So can he get rid of them? Gets rid of 1, should be okay now. And he does it well. jkoper gets through the beta stage. He's got a tail, so he should be in a good situation to face these Hammer Brothers if he decides to. Instead, he's just going to go straight to the tower. The tower just is always in its vanilla location. It essentially functions in the game like a pipe transition. It's just longer. Scarface showing off his P-speed strats. jkoper taking a little bit safer. Both runners pretty close together at this stage in the race. So let's see where that leads, and we've got 2 more levels and then we're out of there. So we've got 3-2. Generally pretty vanilla stage, and the cheaps are not randomized. Can be a little bit of a tricky one. I'm going to take it a little bit patient on this on the platform. Sometimes the cheaps can be a bit tricky when you try to bounce them and you end up actually going through them. It's a bit of a risky strat to just bounce through them, especially if you're Small Mario. jkoper, misses the final jump. Can he extricate himself from this pretty precarious water position? He's done well so far, just needs to avoid the fireballs, and he does so. Scarface picking up a hammer from the Hammer Brothers. That's the sort of item he's kind of wanting to see. He's going to go to a mushroom house, and he gets a hammer suit. Yeah, last game was pretty much entirely devoid of hammer suits, so this would be pretty nice for taking on Bowser. Both are in this tricky looking 4-5 with lots of fire enemies. Scarface taking another death. jkoper being a little bit patient and going for the item. This is a pretty good tactic, I think. Looks like a very tricky layout. Oh wow. Scarface managing to somehow clip through the block. He's lucky that there was an enemy that would fly down and kill him, otherwise he might have had to just wait there. But jkoper is going to take the lead. Pretty glad to see the back of that level. Is he going to go for the... He's not going to play the Hammer Brothers, so that means he's going to miss out on the hammer. We'll see later on whether that will prove critical at all. Nice fact from Empty Null that the music house is also correct, since it has a unique background music. So, let's see what we get in our next world. Number 2. I think I'm gonna say 7. So 4 hits on Roy. 6, 9, and Little Red is correct again. Guessing 2. And for 2 from 2. And this is where a hammer would be very... Oh! jkoper picking up a hammer in the princess's leather. That is pretty useful. Just make it a very, very quick well 2. Yeah, the alternative would have been you'd have to play a level and a fort. Pretty sure Scarface will do the same thing. Yeah, he has two hammers, so he's definitely going to just try and get out of there. Opening off, coming up against Salty Roy. Takes a hit, so he's not going to get the fire kill. 2 hits, 3 hits, 4, 5. Maximum Roy. Morton. So, any guesses for the next world? 7 or 1? I'll say 3. And it's 7. Hydroman and Kalak both correct. jkoper finding this at the World 2 Sun level. Pretty easy if you've got... oh, there is a delayed cheap. You're gonna have to watch it himself a little bit here. And, oh... yeah, he gets out of it. Ooh, Scarface getting stuck in the quicksand. Takes a hit on the Koopa Trooper. And gets actually caught in the tornado. With a time loss. Another go at it. Gets through. Takes a hit in the same place as jkoper with the cheap sheep and takes a death. Taking it a bit steady, being small Mario through most of 4-6 with the kind of vanilla giant enemies. Scarface having a better go of it this time. Looks like he's going to be fine. Takes a hit still at the end, but manages to get through. jkoper, searching South Central Island, looking to find the way to final fort. He's just going to go play the fort. You'll be hoping that this is the one that just gets him out of there. Val Kilmer's asking what's my favourite thing about jkoper. I would say... I'd say how he's handling himself in this race. It's pretty good so far. Yeah, give both our runners a follow. Both very good. jkoper finding that 4F2 was the correct fort. That's gonna take him straight out. Scarface is pretty sensibly going to be just hammering that lock. He doesn't want to go kind of traversing the islands to get find the correct fort. So this means we've got basically an even race. jkoper taking down Ludwig with a few stomps. Scarface finding a star from the Piranha. Sage. What have we got for next guesses? But yeah, we're looking for 1, 3, 4 and 6, and it's 3. Now we've got a fort right off the bat. was pretty close together. While Scarface did have that hammer advantage, it only really saved him one fort. jkoper finding 8th fort, so-called best fort in the game. And you get a one cycle he can, it's pretty nice. Take down Boom Boom. Ooh, Scarf is not gonna get the one cycle. jkoper's just gonna be looking for the final pipe to Wendy's island. Scarf is gonna take down Boom Boom with fire kill. So what level is this? This is 6-8 maybe, I think. Yeah, jkoper's going through some fairly nasty enemies, such as fire nippers. And he gets a star at the end, avoids the 3-up. He's probably feeling he's got enough lives at this stage. scarfacenico is still on 1 life. He'd probably like a few more, just for a little bit of insurance. So there's a lock required there, so they're going to have to play the other fort. jkoper finding a mushroom. Warpless doing pretty well in this level. Let's see which fort this is going to be. And we've got the Navy. So not using speed strats, but still being pretty quick nonetheless. And fire to take down Boom Boom. About a one level difference. I think Scarface is probably going to go for the speed strats. Yeah, he looks pretty good. Save a little bit of time getting through, although he'll have to defeat Boom Boom just by stomping on him. jkoper is going to come up against Wendy here on the World 2 airship. Definitely wants to keep his power-ups, just in case it's tricky. Not the easiest to fire kill on this ship layout. He's going to try nonetheless. Doesn't want to get hit. Oh, and she was a one-hitter anyway. So Scarface is not going to have the option of fire killing her, but he's just going to stomp on her, find out it's one hit. What are we going to guess for the next world? We've got a 1, a 6. So it's going to be 1, 6, or 4. I'll say 4. And it's 1. So Hydro Man's correct there. So we've got a mandatory fort needed to build a bridge, so hammers wouldn't be of any use here. And yeah, we've got 6-3 with some fire, which kind of customarily has its fire enemies. Scarface is going to take the slightly different path, probably gets a bit of a nicer level. Yeah, and jkoper actually takes a death there. This is going to flip the lead. jkoper is going to make the option of going for 5'6", maybe 5'7". Oh, and we have the reverse. Scarface also taking a def, and he's now going to try this level. So we have to, looks like we're going to have the lead flip back. Yeah, this is basically neck and neck. So jkoper is going to find 6'9". Scarface, being small, is going to probably try and go for the clip, or the kind of ledge jump. And he gets it. That's pretty nice. That is a very good time save. Frame perfect if you're small Mario, but also that is, if you're large Mario, it's also sub-pixel perfect, making it significantly trickier. He's going to take the lead. And they're in 5F1. Sort of, 4 is pretty easy to do in vanilla, but just because in randomizer you don't know which way the disco waffles are going to move, it makes it significantly harder to use P-speed strats. jkoper trying to avoid getting hit. It's going to be tricky this stage. Can he manage it? Yeah, he's just going to be patient. Scarface, meanwhile, finding 4-2 with a double boss pass, and he gets eaten. So first time we've had some food this morning for boss pass, and he takes a deliberate game over. That's a pretty sensible decision. Refill his lives, and he's going to use an item. So it is. Ooh, jkoper meanwhile nearly becoming food immediately. Ooh, slightly scary moment with jkoper falling into the water before the end, but they're both out. So we've got 6'10", an angry sun who's going to activate pretty soon on Scarface's screen. jkoper going for the question mark. This is a tricky block to get. He's going to get it. He gets a star. And he kills the angry sun. Scarface going to go for the P-speed strats on the World 4 airship. Nails the first jump. That should be good enough. Ooh, he's kind of short hops that one. Have to go underneath the final bit to get the last power up. Ooh, he gets stunned. Luckily avoids, and it's only a one hit. Pretty easy. So yeah, it's either 4 or 6, I believe. jkoper only probably about 20 seconds behind. It's a very close race. Big style, Larry. And it's World 4. 2 pipe choice at the beginning. Yeah, he's just Scarface is just going to go for the fort that's kind of on the way anyway. He gets a hammer. Probably not going to be useful in this world, but some potential in World 6 or in World 8. And it's Fort Knox, so tail would have been useful here. jkoper meanwhile is going to he's going to play the other fort, which is Sky Fort 542. If this is the one that is required, this will give him a little bit of an advantage. And unfortunately, it looks like that fort was the one that only broke the lock rather than built the bridge. So that is bad news for jkoper. It's going to put him a little bit behind. Stretch out Scarface's lead. And Scarface picking up another hammer. jkoper can use a music box. Scarface on the world 5 airship. So take on Iggy. And 2 hits. So World 6 coming up. Still only probably about maybe a bit over a minute in it. It's pretty close. Anything could happen at this stage. I think both players have at least one hammer. Scarface has 2. See what's going to happen. Also in the World 8. So what Scarface can do, he's going to ignore the fort. I think, considering he's probably thinking he has 2 hammers, like it's a pretty, unless there's a bridge that needs to be built, there's a good chance he's not gonna need to play the fort. jkoper meanwhile finishing off Iggy. Scarface is going to go for the item. Warp whistle in the vanilla game. Toad tells him to take a toot on a P-Wing instead. So Scarface finding 4-3. Maybe struggling a little to reprise his P-Speed strats from earlier in the game, but he's doing well in the second half of the level. Let's see if he can finish it very smoothly done. Just gonna have a look. So we've got 3 kind of. Well, we've basically got all the pipes are contiguous, so really there's no utility in them. So he's just gonna well, he actually uses it to skip a couple of hammer brothers. Finds the tanks, so he's gonna use some pretty nice P-Speed strats here. Very nicely done. Takes out the Hammer Brothers and gets another Tanuki suit. Let's see if jkoper is going to go for the item. Yeah, he is also. Scarface going for P-Speed strats in 2-4. A pretty tricky level. Done it pretty well though. Seems like he's building in confidence as this game has gone on. And basically jumps through the Hammer Brother at the end. Play the fort, which is, well, 2 forts. Ooh, takes a death with the hot foot in World 2 fort. And deciding, he's got a couple of hammers, he probably knows that that fort isn't required. And he's in second place level, but he's going to be pretty disappointed to find out that the level 7-8, yeah, and he's going to decide go back and have another go with World 2 fort. This is going to allow jkoper a chance to catch up a bit. Use a mushroom and a star. Star, pretty good item. It allows you to kind of build piece speed early on in the fort. Manages to... He's going to go for a block. He is. Gets another star. That's going to help him in the second room. So just to give a bit of context, I think both players have played against Human Mustard and lost. So everything still up to grabs with getting probably the second qualification spot from the group. Oh wow, a bridge is needed. It turns out that they're going to have to go and play one of the earlier forts. And we've got Piranha Fort. I think we've got a choice of two. If jkoper happens to guess correctly, he can really catch up here. Halfway's taking a death. And have another go. jkoper deciding not to play the fort. This is probably not going to work out, I think. Because he's going to end up probably going to go back and play World 2 fort anyway when he sees there's a bridge. Scarface using a star to get through the remainder of this section. A little bit hesitant getting through. Boss Bass appearing. jkoper going to sensibly spawn him. And gets another Tanuki suit. Scarface being pretty watchful with all this. Oh, geez, this is a filthy situation. Quite calmly negotiated in the end. Oh, and jkoper must have played that fort earlier, I must have missed that. So actually, this is going to be very nice. And I believe, yeah, so Scarface is going to see that that lock's been broken. Meaning that Piranha Fort was not the correct fort. Yeah, this ice fort that jkoper played at the start of the world is the one that built the bridge. And so jkoper has a pretty material advantage going into World 8. I think he has a hammer left as well. Scarface Yeah, guess your guesses for how many bridges. We've got some ones. I'll say 2, same as last race. We've got the super tank straight at the beginning. jkoper probably looking for a fairly linear World 8 would be quite nice in his situation. Of course, the runners don't know how they're doing kind of relatively in the race. jkoper might think he's ahead, he might also think he's behind, which might induce him to take a couple of risks. So yeah, knowing that he's probably going to we've got one bridge that's required. It's just a matter of finding which fort is the one that's going to do it. Oh my god, so many pipes in the dark area. So he's got to basically to get to that area. There's a choice. He could either go through kind of normal tank level stage, or he might he might have to also go across a hand stage. Hands could play an important factor in this. I believe they've also not gone to the top area of the dark maze. So if they decide to hammer that lock, that could also be the path to go. jkoper getting good hand luck on the way out. He finds 6F1. What Scarface can do, he's going to keep looking. He sees that one is required. Is he going to go back, or is he going to continue searching? jkoper finding a pair of stars. This, I don't think he's going to get to Boom Boom in time. He's just going to have to stomp him. Is he? No, he gets it. Very nice. Good patience there. So it didn't break that lock. That's good news. But bad news is he's been dragged in by the hand. Is he going to take an intentional death? Scarface is paying 3-9. Gets grabbed again. This is not what you want to see. Odds are 50-50 of getting through the hand each turn, and he gets through this time, so he's not going to have to go back there. So Scarface is going a different path. So there. jkoper finds out that is not the one that built the bridge. However, it did break that lock, so he's going to go play this fortress. And we've got World 3, Fort 1. I think, yeah. Both World 3 forts are in World 8. Is he going to get the Ida? He's going to get a power up. It's an extra life. Not really what he needs at this stage. Scarface finishing up 3F2. He's presumably going to go check to see if this is the required fort afterwards. That lock is unbroken. And the bridge is built. Scarface is on his way. jkoper is going to see the pretty disappointing news at this stage. Scarface just needs to hold it together. Can he get the clip? Yeah, he gets it. This is looking like he's going to take game 2, coming from behind in World 8. get your GGs out in chat. Scarface has held it together really nicely there at the end, and taken it. He wins the... wins the set of matches 2-0. Time of 37 minutes and 16 seconds. We'll see if we can get him in for post-race chat. jkoper, meanwhile in Bowser's Castle. Yeah, get your GGs out in chat for jkoper as well. Both an excellent race here. We'll see if we can get them into the commentary booth for a quick discussion afterwards. Hey, GG, we've got both Scarface and jkoper here. GG guys,
GG.
Excellent races.
Great, thanks. GG's.
Yeah, race 2 in particular. Yeah, you'll really enjoy watching it back. It was kind of neck and neck the whole way through.
Nice.
Kind of jkoper. Yeah, you had a small lead, and then it kind of flipped in World 6, and then it flipped again in World 8.
Ah. Yeah, I died a lot. I got so frustrated.
Yeah, there were a lot of like kind of tricky levels there. Yeah, I think even like in the first race, you had to start with 7-8 straight away. It's not very nice.
No. and in I think World 6, one of the forts was 742, and I'm like, you always need to play 742. The games always give you 742 to finish, but this time I played it for nothing.
Yeah, it's like bad enough punishment just to have to play it, but for nothing. It's
Was did I play that, or was that the one that I skipped at the end of World 6?
no. So the one you skipped was 6 forts. Sorry, it was World 2 fort. But you played the correct fort right at the beginning of the world.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one you needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to do this, and then I saw the locks, and I was like, well, I'm not going to any more forts, that's for sure. So, yeah. Although the other level was not a quick level, I don't remember what it was. I didn't feel like I was getting away with too much having to play that other level. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was 7, 8, but you had some items which helped.
Yeah, it was. It could have been a lot worse for sure. I got it through it first try, so yeah, it was all right. I'm pretty happy with how I played that. Maybe you should have taken a chance in World 8, I guess, and gone for the one that was buried right away.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, I guess. Like, as you went for the one that was across the hand stage. As Scarface, you went for the one that was just there, and it was almost basically just a 50-50 decision. And that was it. That was all swung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what can you do? Yeah, kept them close for sure, obviously. And that's about all you can ask, I guess. He seems better than me, but we're a bunch closer than Mustard and I were. So, and I think I played better than I did against Mustard too. So, I'll have 2 more races next week and look to win those. I guess. I don't know how this this tournament works exactly. I'm guessing it's top 2 from each one though, I probably don't have a chance to advance unless something crazy happens. But I'm not too worried about that. I'll just do my best in the last ones.
I think you're not. I guess you're not out of it yet. But you need. It's kind of out of your hands by now, I'd say. But yeah, you can just. That's all you can do. Just try your best.
As long as you have fun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm sure you got a good chance, Scarface, if you just take 1 or 2 against.
Basil.
Yeah, that's who it is. So good luck to you, and have fun with the rest of your matches as well. And of course, thanks for doing the restream commentary and whatever else, and for watching this race at this ridiculous time. Although maybe it's reasonable time for some people. I don't know.
For Americans, probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm American, but I'm not reasonable, so it's fine.
Yeah, fair.
Pretty good attendance considering the time. Actually, plenty of. Yeah.
Well, there ain't nothing else on.
I think we have a lot of European viewers right now.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Good to bring the game globally.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks.
Attendance considering the time. Thanks very much. Yeah. If
Well, there ain't nothing else on.
Check the SpeedGaming schedule. You'll see that there's plenty more Mario 3 randomizer matches to be held. We've got I think Scarfacenico's actually playing later today.
Right. Thanks, everyone.
SpeedGaming 2. We've got the Haxa against Azada Kitty. Yeah, it's plenty of things happening. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to SpeedGaming as well for the hosting. And yeah, we'll see you later.